it's fine. I changed my background. I feel better now.
Okay.
Oh.
We shamed him.
shamed
okay.
him.
So she's going to
at the
do
bottom
that.
of-
She's going to pick up her staff and
Mhm.
kind of use it as a crutch to get up. And then she'll go over to Aiden and extend a hand and just go, "Hi. You look
Hiya.
lovely tonight."
Maybe we don't try that again. And he's
I
gonna like
don't-
kind of stand up.
Don't plan on it, I promise. But I definitely owe you multiple drinks.
Are
After
we getting
all-
out?
That is also a great question. I don't know. But I can figure that out easily.
I mean, I can climb okay-ish, but
I
like
can make grips for you along the walls. I can make.
that might be the
Man.
plan.
Yeah, I figured that would be it. We'll do a bit of rock climbing. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna look around and see if it's still foggy down here.
There are still clouds here, but you notice that the ground that you guys are tapping your toes on is dry, like the trees that you saw before, and the ground that people are
Is
working
it?
with.
Is it after a certain point it dries up, or is it just as it hits the bottom, the ground we're standing on is dry?
We continue onwards. There is a path down here, and there is a thick layer of fog that is slowly just rising, but it doesn't go above either of your heads. It stops about your chest level, but it's thick like peanut butter or pea soup, if you would.
Could I summon a sort of a glowstone-esque kind of like beacon almost?
Glowstone, like in
Yeah.
Minecraft?
Like in Minecraft.
Definitely not. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I would like to summon that and kind of just put it in the crescent, like kind of make a ball of this glowstone and just put it in that lattice in the crescent moon.
Okay. I need both of you to roll me a brains check or a perception check, if either of you
Cool.
have perception.
I have brains.
I technically have brains, but it's not gonna be great. Where'd my superiority die go?
You might want to switch out one of your stats to be perception because you are the wolfish kind of boy. Just food for-
I mean, I have skills as like animal instincts.
Oh, then animal instincts would definitely be the one.
Cool.
So
I don't know how to use
I
skills.
roll-
1 sec.
So it's
I
more
rolled
than.
I rolled a 6 on my superiority die, re-rolled it, got another 6, and then rolled a 1. So
It's just a
I'm
6.
keeping. Yeah, I know. So that's an 11 from me for.
Okay. So how skills work? You know how your stat die is a certain number? Your skills are what if you put +1 or +2, it's that many dice more.
Okay.
So
I don't think I did that part right. I'm gonna have to get you to look over this.
No,
before we
it's-
do like an official thing.
Yeah. So how you have 10 skills. How many things have you written down for your skill things?
4.
4? Okay. Why don't you go ahead? Okay. So to keep it simple, let's say you put 2 in each of them.
Okay.
With the exception of any ones that are in spunk, they can't beat a total of 10.
Okay.
I don't think that'll be an issue. But so for your animal instincts, whatever your brains is, add 2 dice to that total.
Okay. Cool. So that puts me at 4.
That's
Good
average.
boy.
I know that's average. Or that's what the normal thing is supposed to be, but most people have stats of like 2, 2, 2, 2. So don't feel too bad. That's what Commonwealth have.
Let's go with this die. So I have 4. Not bad. Okay. So I get to re-roll my superiority die because I rolled a 6. Huzzah!
Woo!
That is a 3.
9.
So 6, 18, 19, 20.
20 and 11. That beats the DC. I'm proud of both of y'all.
Yay! We did it, bro!
Finally.
You both begin to hear the sound of rushing water.
rushing towards us.
No, in the distance. It's almost like a babbling brook or like an underwater like fountain.
I think I found it.
Let's go take a look then, yeah?
As you're getting there, the ground is getting actually more and more brittle and dry, and so is the cave around you. Every step you take, you can hear almost what sounds like sand under your feet or the crackling of the earth. Aiden, with your check though, you do notice also bones under your feet. Some fish, some small creature. Also looks like maybe one of the mole people. Like maybe they just got the meat suit, and that's not necessarily the bones of one of the people. As you are both traveling towards here, and is beginning to be another form of light in this chasm that you're going into, and it is an underground fountain, underground waterfall. It's beautiful. This place.
I'm gonna give Geoda a heads up about the bones.
Right. Yeah. We'll leave those alone.
Yeah, but maybe like be cautious.
Yeah, I agree.
Because apparently things are stealing bones.
As you guys begin to see the waterfall, you do notice that up to about Geoda's chest, there has been a makeshift well made. Not makeshift well, makeshift dam. Mostly made out of loose stone and hardened clay. It'll take a few aggressive pushes, or some of you can try to like break it down if you'd like. If you approach it, of course.
I'm gonna look inside it first, see how high up the water is.
It should be spilling.
And maybe take a good look at the water.
It looks like it should be spilling over. It's at the perfect point where like there's just a little bit over the top, but as you touch it, it doesn't move. But the water looks clear. You can see the bottom. If you could. I mean, obviously, this room has a little bit of light, but the water looks very clear.
That seems weird.
It's a bit odd.
Should we break it?
We could certainly try. Would you like to do the honors?
Do I see another like bigger rock or anything like that close by?
Actually, no. There
No?
are some
Cool.
other small pools that are kind of on the sides. You can see that some of the water is actually from this well is slowly trickling in. You do see some fish that are there. There are a couple of axolotl, if you would, doing their business.
If I break this, will I hurt the axolotl?
You don't. It looks like no, you will not.
Cool.
Do you need anything to help you with? I can maybe make something.
I should be able to do it. It's probably would have been easier if I threw something at it, but
Well, give me a moment. And I'll take like a good sized rock or chunk that I can see, and I would like to kind of encase it in like make it a bigger rock, like kind of layer more crystal around it to make it bigger and thicker, heavier.
Make it nice and thick, is what you're saying.
thick boy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Would this be weapon or creating crystal?
And I would say this. You're making a rock. Is that correct?
Yeah, like a boulder.
It'd be create crystal, not weapon. It's not one of them fancy throwing rocks, you know?
Just to do damage.
42. 44.
You make a
Apparently-
solid, shiny, about the size of... Brett, that is a terrible way to describe how big this thing is. It's about the size of a good-sized PC. Like,
Okay.
it's a pretty big rock.
Chonky boy.
Chonky boy. It weighs
Because
like...
apparently I can make rocks real good, but I can't fall down a well real well.
It weighs about 25 pounds, to give you context.
Cool. I'm gonna use it to smash the dam.
Okay, go ahead and roll spunk.
And I'm gonna tell Geo to kind of like scooch out the way. That way I don't accidentally send her down the hall with the water.
Okay.
I will follow lead. I'll go about 10 paces behind, and I will make a small little barrier. Hide behind it.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
But yeah, I'm just basically using the rock as like something to slam into this.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a spunk check. You're aiming a rock at a well or at a dam. It's a check of 10. You know, it's fairly easy. You're not too far from it. It's a wall.
That's a 1 on my superiority die, but it's fine because everything else definitely adds up.
I take it back. I mean,
It's fine because, like I
ugh.
said, so 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3.
Definitely 10. You throw the rock. It looks like it's gonna hit.
Mash it.
It's going to be true until you see a large hand reach out from under the water, not making any splash or affecting the water, and catching your stone and crushing it into dust.
That's cheating.
Then you see coming out of the water. What we would... It's this... Instead of the clear water, it's a mixture of beautiful sea foamy green water with a center that looks to be like cracked ruby dust. Cracked ruby. Its form is not just water. It is also stones, a couple of large fish, an eel or two. It opens up and it tries to say something, but neither of you understand. But if you'd like, you could try to roll a language check.
Is that brain?
That would be the brain category, yeah.
No.
Why? Got good brains.
I don't.
Remove those ones.
You took my rock, bitch.
18.
It sounds like the language of the ancients, the first creatures that lived here, which would be the elementals, the genasi, things like that. You have not studied, nor you are able to recognize it, but you don't know what it's saying. Okay. You see that one of the eels in its stomach begins to go into a small spin, and it begins to be electrically charged. You guys are about to enter combat. Aiden, you are going first. This thing is about 15 feet away from you, and it is building up an electrical charge. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna aim for literally just ripping into anything solid.
Okay.
Whether it be the fish or the eel or anything within this thing that I can get to.
Go for it. Go ahead and make a spunk check or a claw attack. It is going to try to make a dodge check. Or just a spunk check against you. Good luck. Right now, you have to be a total of 25. That's its dodge attack. Or its dodge.
And a reroll of my superiority. I love
hey!
this dice. Have I mentioned?
Bright Swords.
So
What's
6? 4,
what's
so 10.
your dice total for spunk?
18.
My spunk is 4.
Okay, thank you.
26. This was a really good roll. I'm at 26 and I still have 4 other dice to roll. Add.
Okay.
42.
42. Almost doing double, which would have classified as a crit, but just missed it.
Just barely.
Just barely. But it does not do as much damage as you thought it would do.
Okay.
And you take a damage as you be feeling a strong electric pulse go through you. As you begin to claw at it, and you actually grab one of the fish inside and pull it out, the fish begins to flop on the ground confused. But you did do some harm to it. Geoda.
Yes.
I would like you to try and roll me a will check to see if you can try to cast a spell faster than this thing can attack.
Okay. Would it be just a general will check or a create crystal?
What is your attack going to be?
Well, if I could try and restrain it, What exactly is its? Have we seen any of its moveset?
Not yet, no. Other than it's slightly tasering Aiden right now.
Okay. Can I try to create a sort of binding around its feet?
It is a water elemental. You have not seen its feet, but it's still in the
Oh, it's
pool.
a water elemental. Okay.
Yes. I should have specified. I apologize.
You bind a water elemental. I can't think that fast. I'm not gonna lie.
You did notice that it had a cracked ruby in its center.
Okay. I would like to.
Which is giving off this faint red light, I should specify.
Okay. I would like to see if I can peek that scepter. You know what? Can I make a sort of like sewer grate?
Entailing what?
So like, put it in front of it. It goes through, but then like the scepter gets caught in it, and it has to drop.
Interesting. So you want to basically put a strainer inside this giant puddle of water to get all the things out of it. Okay. I absolutely love you, and this is incredibly sexy when you think of things like this, because I know you would not think of this any other way. But also, how dare you do this to me and my characters and my monsters? You do this to me!
You did so smart, however, how dare you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Using your brain on a Monday night?
I didn't think it could be done either.
Go ahead and roll a will check against this creature's will, which I will say did bring up the dice count a bit. Also, I learned from last time, this thing is packing some heat.
Aiden's just an idiot and trying to hit it.
Okay, so do I roll my create crystal check?
Yes, this would be a create crystal check, not a create weapon. I've never seen a be classified as a weapon before, but you know it's fine.
29. I heard a lot of dice, and that worries me.
I am very concerned for our health.
You said 29?
Yep. To be fair, Giota is not nearly as OP as Winifred is. So
I rolled a total of 30. You can count for me.
No, I believe you.
But
per your rules.
Yes. I'm going to give you an ultimatum, because this isn't a damaging attack. You're trying to extract something from it.
Yes, that is correct.
I will say this. Either you can get the gem out of it mostly, or you can pull out the eel that is electrifying Aiden right now. And all the other creatures that might be inside of it that might be able to give it some sort of edge other than just being a large mass of water. And moving the crystal might give it damage, but you don't know.
See, but it also might make it lose. So I already made a roll for this.
Yes.
Well, I was wondering if I could make a weak points check.
You can make weak points checks, or you can take the the options I've given you right now. I know it's so mean of me to do, but if you both of you agree this is fair, because I'm trying to be as fair as I can.
I know. Now, I don't know Aiden well enough to know his limits. I just know he's big tanky boy. I'm gonna take away the eel. I'm gonna do the eel.
Okay.
I have no input on this. This is all on her.
As you extract the eel, it does do some damage to it, because you are moving a part of its physical form. The eel's moved. No, trust me, that means that Aiden doesn't start taking damage on the top of this monster's turn. It is now the creature's turn. You just see this mystical gate, that looks like basically made out of jade, go through the creature and pull out the eel. and then just dispersing. And this creature is going to take one of its fists and hit you basically with about 10 gallons of water straight in the jaw, or attempt to. I need you to roll me a spunk check, or a dodge check if you have it. You are trying to compete with the monster's attack. If you beat it, it's just a straight miss. If you double its total roll, you get to basically do a counter attack. And if you don't do either of those things, I'll discuss the damage totals.
As he aggressively rolls dice.
I don't think that'll be an issue though. I rolled a 1 on my my specialty die.
We'll be in 6.
26. He has 5d8 as his punching things. I rolled a 1 on his specialty die, which got rid of an 8. So his total was 14. You almost doubled it. God dang it. Excuse me for not sucking that much.
Damn it!
So it's...
Suck more!
I won't! So, it tries to swing at you, you're able to step back after being tased, and does not land any blows with you. It is your turn again.
That didn't work so well. I'm gonna start aiming...
I will say this, if you want to go,
aiming my focus up.
Oh, if you want to go Mortal Kombat style and try to grab this crystal and pull it out, that is something you could try to do. Literally, combat is anything you want to do. You could piss on this creature if you want to try to intimidate it.
Leg lift? No. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for, is I was gonna start aiming towards pulling things out of him now.
Okay.
And the shiny red thing is first.
Okay. Go ahead and make a, I will say this is a little more concentrated than a frenzy strike because you're trying to aim for something specific. Okay.
Yeah.
You are going to battle this creature's will against your bronze as it is trying to keep its form as you're going to rip out its heart, basically.
Why is it only a 4? Damn it. 4.
Again, I think you'll be fine. I'm upsetting my own spaghetti.
12. 18.
I also realized, Blood, I think this is the first time I've actually ever officially DM'd for you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Am I fun to hang around with?
I
Okay.
absolutely adore this system. It's so fun.
Awesome.
24. 28.
28. How would you like to counterattack? Well, actually, better yet, because what you're doing, how would you like to do this because you rip out this thing's heart?
Hey!
And this is very, like, God of War, like, you just grab into this creature's chest and, like, rip it out. I hope you know. Like,
yeah, kind of, the way I'm envisioning this is Aiden kind of, like, uses, like, one of the stones or whatever that's in this thing to get up and reach in, and then literally just push himself completely out and as far away from this thing as he possibly can.
Okay. As you...
attempting to crush this gem in the process.
Now, water does distort how things look, but this gem, as you pull it out, is about the size of the palm of Aiden's hand. This thing is massive, and it has a large series of cracks in it. As you pull it out, the creature tries to reach for you, but then it just turns into a small puddle of water with a big sploosh, and the water begins to fill up in this place redonkulously fast.
Time to go.
Nice touch by the music, me. Yeah, no problem, me. As you guys, as you look at this ruby, I assume you just pocket it and you're going. The water is now up to your guys' ankles.
Yeah, if I have to, I will, like, pick Geoda up by her scruff and book it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoomy zoom, 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 zoom. You get back to the spot where the clouds are gone, the mist is gone. The water is now, as you're getting to that spot, the water down to your ankles in that room is now up to almost your knee, Aiden, as you're getting to that spot. This water is filling up fast. It seems like whatever creature was here was slowing down the water immensely.
I need some
I will
stairs.
start making those grips those kind of rock climbing grips.
I was
for
thinking
him.
that, or like those pegs for that climbing wall thing that you can do, just like so that he can climb up it. All right, I need you to roll.
Whatever would be easier to grab. I figure it's faster to make small mounds to climb onto versus like a pole, like a sturdy pole that won't break.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a create crystal check to make it all the way up to the top of this well. Would you rather do 2 checks or just 1 check and the DC be higher?
2 checks.
2 checks.
Okay, first one is a DC of 30.
Gosh, did I have
The music's popping. It's getting aggressive.
Stuff's happening.
I got 28. Just
28.
barely.
So I will say this: either he only gets up a fourth of the way so you're gonna have to do 3 checks, or he tries to get to a certain point and he just falls. That is up to you.
Fourth of the way.
Fourth of the way, he's getting up, and the water is still getting very close. Go ahead and make a check again. It is again 30.
Is there any way I can assist in all of this, or?
Unfortunately, you do not understand how the magic she is using works, or you don't know. You can try to climb without her things, but you are carrying her. She doesn't have a rope around her or anything like that.
29.
29. You make it up. Not at the midpoint yet. Now you're at.
1/3 the way.
Okay.
All right. The water is
Third
now
way.
touching his ankles. It is going up fast. Go for it again. The DC is getting harder. It is now 35. However, no.
I rolled
Aiden's
a
gonna
1 on
start-
superiority, took away a 6, so that came to a solid 19.
19. Geoda, make an intelligence check. Not intelligence check. Make a brains check. Did my music just die? It did.
Oh no.
9.
Well, that does go into the DC of easy. You realize that the water isn't coming up too fast. It's going to shoot you out like a geyser. If you want to make some sort of board for you guys just to sit on top of the water and rise up, you can do that.
I can swim.
Or that.
Crystals don't float.
They very much sinky.
Yeah.
I can swim.
It depends how thin of a board you make it, also, but...
No, crystals
Crystals
don't
will.
float.
No.
Okay.
They're rocks.
They're literal rocks.
I can swim and be a flotation device.
Oh, you are getting to the point where you can kind of see the rope from earlier, so you should be able to grab onto that in a bit.
Yeah.
She'll just like, as she's like holding on to him, just like, now what? She'll be like, I am very sorry.
Smells like dog fur.
Yeah.
Wet dog. Mmm.
Mm.
Yuck.
I'm sorry I couldn't perform at these last moments. But
It's all good.
it's not as dangerous as I thought it
Geoda.
was going.
You look down into the water, right, like you just did?
Can I make another sewer grate because I have a feeling that you're gonna have something come up and literally bite me in the butt? I don't
Well,
want
you didn't specify, Aiden, where you put the gem, but I assume you put it, like, in a pocket that's, like, on your waist, now that you're in the water.
Yeah.
The creature is beginning to form around it again, around the gem, and trying to start. It's not formed up enough to grab Aiden and bring him down. What would you like to do?
I
He
would
is.
like to take the gem out of his pocket, and I would like to encapsulate it.
Go ahead and roll a will check to compare against the creature. A creature's will. I will
Create
give.
crystal.
Yes. I will also give you +1 because it is still reforming.
Okay, do I get to add another dice then?
Yes. +1 is an extra die.
Many dice.
Rolled
Lots of
another
dice.
one.
Damn it. Well, to be fair, you did technically have an extra dice.
25.
You're able. It's a bit of a tug of war. As I rolled a 24. You lucky son of a gun. As you two are battling, you're actually able to grab your fingers into the crack of the crystal, and instead of putting it into a bubble, if you'd like, you actually just turn this ruby into your crystal format, or you put like a thick coat of like almost wax equivalent, basically, but crystal around this thing.
Yep, love it.
As you pull it out of the water,
live it, go.
over your head, like it's and like you're about to hang this thing on your wall.
I will, as I do this, I'll put it in the lattice of my staff, and I'll like raise my staff up.
As you do that, the water begins to rise exponentially, and you guys don't pop out of the well, like a geyser per se, but it's more like a little dip in like the lazy river at a water park, just as you guys just pool right out. People are cheering. The bear pulled his hook out and almost bumped into you guys, headbutted you guys as you guys came out. Like, well, looks like you guys were able to get that taken care of.
You had a monster. Fairly certain it's just a ruby.
She'll, like, kind of use her staff and ruby.
He looks at.
Don't put the ruby in water.
You look at the ruby that you're about to give him, and it looks familiar. Geoda. And it has a little note on it. Instead of the instead of the ruby that you had in a second, you look down from like your staff, and it's something wrapped in a cloth, like a piece of burlap that's been wrapped in a parchment. Same size, almost, maybe a little bit bigger.
To him, as I notice that, I will scoop it out. No.
It says.
I'll lean over her shoulder.
2A. And it has a very simplistic drawing of a wolf howling to the moon.
Is that supposed to be me?
Actually, I should specify. The A is drawn to look like a wolf. Like a wolf howling towards the moon.
Okay.
Does it stand for Awu?
Awu.
Awu?
Opening up this little burlap weird parcel, instead of this ruby that you had grabbed out of the creature's chest, there is a vial, 16 fluid ounce bottle, filled with green flowing energy, dashes of what looks like diamond dust and gold, swirling in it constantly. On the cork says a note. Has a little note. You helped some of my friends today, which makes you one of mine. And there is a little signed and there's a symbol of what looks like two sticks with a dagger in the middle.
Is this from the Waker?
No. The Waker didn't have the
do
symbol.
I recognize the symbol?
Yes.
Ah, this is from our friend the Cloak.
Your friend the who?
The Cloak. He's a minor deity. Up and coming rock star.
If you'd like to roll a witch check, Aiden, you may. Which would be brains.
Sure, with my 2 brains. Let's go.
A lower
That's
DC.
6.
Don't really care about the gods, much less like minor ones.
Okay. Sounds.
Giota, if you'd like to explain, do a religion check to see how much you know about the cloak, you may. And I
Well,
want to
mean,
make this very clear: the cloak is not me, as like the DM. This is an actual like confirmed character in my Menthos
In the universe.
in the universe. Yes.
You said brains.
Yes.
Even though I've encountered this exact thing.
More information on the character might be able to be pulled from your brain, but you know what he is.
12.
12? Doing the little bit of research you're able to find on him since last time you encountered him, you did find a small shrine to him, to it, not confirmed if he or she. They are the deity of travelers, childlike wonder, and harmless chaos.
Okay.
It's a good drink. You should probably have it now. You look a bit tuckered out.
A gift from the cloak. It is something that will be recharges once every sunrise. At every sunrise, and it will give you 5 health back after you drink it.
Okay.
The bear looks to you, Giota, and says, that crystal making ability you have would probably be very helpful with us trying to build our town back together, considering the water's flooding the place right now. If you'd be willing to stay and help, that'd be very appreciative.
She'll look at her sundial. Looks like I have a bit of time before I need to get where I'm going, so I can help a little bit, but I can't stay for long.
Of course.
Well, Aiden, I guess this is where we part ways.
I'll get my set of hot buttons.
You can take mine too. I
Sure?
think you'll need more.
Alright. See you around?
Maybe.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. It's always a blast to do things with you guys, whether it be on Twitch, or over here on YouTube, or even TikTok. Around me, hopefully, if I can set this up properly, links to my other places where you can watch my stuff. If you want to see what I look like and me talk more about Dungeons & Dragons and other fun stuff, check out my TikTok. If you like the way I edit my videos / the style, check out my Fiverr. If you want to see me stream, I stream every day on Twitch. I have a lot of fun there. It's right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out my Instagram and Twitter also. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and as always, grab a cloak. It's cold outside.